going on, y'all? So it's a lovely day. We're not bombing bridges and power plants, and it's a nice day to be outside. So I decided to shoot outside today. The fact that we're not bombing bridges and power plants is unequivocally a good thing, but I just have to stop and make fun of Trump because this ceasefire was based on a 10-point peace plan. And I guess it was kind of like negotiated through Pakistan with the Iranians. And I want to go through it because, like I said, the fact that they've agreed to stop bombing is unequivocally a good thing. This is a massively good thing. But listen to this peace plan and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, so according to this, Pakistani mediators include the following key points according to Iranian state media and the Supreme National Security Council. A permanent cessation of hostilities, a complete and permanent end to the war in Iran with no time limit. Regional ceasefire, cessation of war on all fronts, specifically including attacks on Iran's allies such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and in Iraq and in Yemen. Now, I should stop to note, I don't think the Israelis have agreed to this part. The Israelis still want to do the Greater Israel thing, and they are still wanting to continue to attack southern Lebanon, and they've already displaced like over 1 million people and killed several thousand at this point. So that part I don't know if Israel's going to sign on to, but that's in here. Non-aggression guarantees a fundamental commitment from the U.S. to ensure permanent non-aggression towards Iran. Control of the Strait of Hormuz. Recognition of continued Iranian control and authority over the Strait of Hormuz. And this one's super fun. Maritime Transit Protocol, establishing a secure protocol for freedom of navigation in the strait. Some reports mentioned a proposed $2 million transfer fee per ship to be shared with Oman. So Iran controls the strait. Iran continues to control the strait. And if you want to move anything through the strait, you got to pay up. That's crazy. Nuclear enrichment rights, the U.S. acceptance of Iran's right to domestic uranium enrichment for its nuclear program, lifting all sanctions, the removal of all primary and secondary U.S. and international sanctions, release of frozen assets, the immediate release of all Iranian funds and property held abroad, war reparations. This one's a big one. Payment of full compensation to Iran for damages and reconstruction costs incurred during the conflict. That is going to be billions and billions of dollars. Like, it's going to be so massive, the reparations cost to pay. Because we started out the first day of the war, we bombed a school. We bombed an elementary school. But, throughout this time period, we have bombed oil depots. We have bombed over 20,000 buildings, I think it is, including houses and residential, apartment complexes and things like that. The devastation throughout is just the cost is going to be insane. It continues. U.S. military withdrawal, the complete withdrawal of U.S. combat forces from the Middle East. Binding UN resolution, adoption of a UN Security Council resolution to make the agreement legally binding under international law. So, I should point out that this was something that Trump said is a workable basis. He described the plan as a workable basis on which to negotiate. And as far as I know, the U.S. has sort of countered with a 15-point peace plan or something. I haven't seen the whole details on that yet. But one of the first things that they talk about is that they want Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz, and in return, the U.S. will agree to not bomb them. They'll agree to a ceasefire for 1 month, which that is absolutely dead on arrival to the Iranians. That's just, okay, we'll open the strait again, the thing that's the choke point for the world's trade and oil supply. We'll open it for 1 month while you don't bomb us for 1 whole month. And if you know anything about what has happened with Israel and Gaza and stuff like this, is they agree to ceasefires and then immediately go back to bombing. And there have been a lot of people saying, look, the only reason they want a ceasefire is because the U.S. is running out of interceptor missiles and they want to reload, they want to restock. And basically what this is right now is a very tentative, tenuous agreement where there's a 2-week ceasefire officially. I don't know if that will hold. I hope it holds for much longer. I hope that they just they just say, all right, we got reamed. Let's pack it up and go home. I kind of doubt that Trump will support that, but I have to mention that with this coming out, this 10-point peace plan that he's agreed to on a workable basis of negotiation. What was negotiated from before, and this is from a guy named Qasim Rashid. He says the Iran deal under Obama. And this is important to remember because this is the deal that Trump ripped up like an idiot. And this was literally one of the best things that Obama did. Iran deal under Obama. Strait of Hormuz was already open, but it was open for free. Iran limits uranium enrichment. Iran agrees to make no nuclear weapons. Iran allows in international inspectors to ensure compliance. That was the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency. And they checked in over a dozen times and they said, yeah, Iran's following it to a T. They're not enriching. I mean, never mind the fact that, they already weren't. Like the Ayatollah issued a fatwa back in like 2003, which is like a religious, credence basically is like, hey, we think that making nukes is un-Islamic. Anyway, so it says that, the international inspectors are to ensure compliance. International inspectors confirm Iran's full compliance. And then the deal that has been negotiated under Trump, Strait of Hormuz is closed. It will only open for $2 million per ship. Iran makes no guarantee of limit on uranium enrichment. Iran makes no guarantee of no nuclear weapons. Iran makes no guarantee to allow international inspectors in. MAGA. Trump is playing 5D chess, the art of the deal. Dude, this is what happens when you govern by tweet and you're run by an abject moron. And he's not even that good at negotiating. He's really not. And he thinks a negotiation tactic is to threaten to nuke a country, or he thinks a negotiation tactic on the economic side is to just slap tariffs on people. Which, I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad he tacoed, but I have actually seen the number now for people who, I've actually seen the number now for people who are calling for the 25th Amendment or for his impeachment and removal, one way or the other, or maybe a combination of both. Last I saw was 13 people. That has now climbed to over 70. Now, I regret to inform you that there is not a single sitting member of Congress on the Republican side that supports that, which is, not surprising, but a very damning indictment that they are super okay with the fact that Trump is already committing war crimes. We bombed a school, right? That's for one. We bombed hospitals. But he threatens to commit war crimes on social media. He just says it like it's not that big of a deal. I can't go out and threaten to kill somebody. It's ridiculous that the president of the United States does that. And it's completely ridiculous, although also predictable, that not a single Republican is going to condemn that. Not a single Republican has called for him to be removed, except for Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she's not a sitting member of Congress. And then you also have people in the MAGA sphere. You've got, Joe Rogan, Tim Dillon, Candace Owens, Alex Jones of all people. I think Nick Fuentes has turned on Trump at this point too. So you do have the punditry class, Tucker Carlson, that are split with the MAGA base, but the base itself is still pretty rock solid for this, which again is you're okay with the president just casually announcing war crimes and doing war crimes. Also, I regret to inform you that of those sitting members of Congress, the 70 that apparently have signed on to this, saying, look, he needs to be removed by 25th Amendment or he needs to be impeached, conspicuously missing from that list are Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. The leaders of the Democratic Party are not saying we have to get him out immediately. The leaders of the opposition party are not calling for his impeachment, arrest, removal from office. And it's the reason why Democrats lose, is because with leaders like this, with Democrats like this, who needs Republicans? They're not fit to lead the party. And it's never been more apparent. They will write strongly worded letters. They will write strongly worded tweets, but they won't say the obvious. In the same way that these guys won't say, like, Israel is committing war crimes, Israel is doing a genocide. Like, they just don't have it in them to speak plainly about what's going on. But a lot of them low-key kind of support this because they're paid a lot of money by the Israel lobby, and Israel wants this war. So that's why they're not speaking out against it. But like I said, I think it's a good thing that Trump did taco. I hope, although I don't have, like a lot of conviction that this will stand, maybe not even for the whole 2 weeks, especially if Israel's involved. They have been known to always violate ceasefire agreements. And you also have people like, Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio calling shots in Trump's ear, and Trump is a petty little bitch, and he might just decide on a whim that, like, he wants to start ordering strikes again. Who knows? But it is unequivocally a good thing that we did not bomb power plants and bridges and a whole bunch of innocent civilians who circled around them and, and in solidarity, and basically was like, look, if you're going to commit war crimes, you're going to go ahead and commit them all the way, like you're going to have to kill a lot of people in order to do this. But I do think it's so funny that, like, the deal that was made by the guy he hates most was unequivocally better than the deal that he just signed on to. And so once again, Trump is embarrassing. He's a failed businessman. He's a failed real estate guy. He's a failed president. He has to go. We need to get the guy out of there. He has to be impeached. He has to be arrested. And the fact that he did not carry through with his threat doesn't mean that we shouldn't do that. Like, this is not the new normal. We can't have this anymore. We need to get the number up from 70, and we need to start getting Republicans on the sanity side of history. Anyway, guys, appreciate you checking me out. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. Click the bell as well. That way YouTube will notify you the next time I drop a video. And get outside. It's a nice day today. Catch you in the next one. Peace.